Hi everybody and welcome to our Outsourcing Angel channel. And in this new series, I like to sort of use it to introduce our virtual assistants to the world. We're so proud to have these wonderful virtual assistants from the Philippines, and I feel like sometimes people just don't really know who they are. What can they do? And so I just couldn't think of any other way but to start to introduce the members of our own team who basically will give you an idea of what kind of VAs, what are they like, and what kind of work that they can do for clients. And so welcome RJ to my first video on the first episode of my series.
Hi guys.
How are you?
Great, I'm great.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Whereabout are you from in the Philippines?
I live in Quezon City. It's part of the metro.
Okay. How far is that from Manila? Like, we all know Manila is the capital city. Like, how far is that from this?
It's about 10 kilometers.
10 kilometers. Oh, so like you're in the Manila area. You're in the near the capital
I'm
city.
in the greater Manila area, so
okay.
pretty near.
Cool. And so RJ, is that your nickname or is that like your name?
That's my nickname.
Your nickname. So what's your real name?
It's Aurelio. It's actually my dad's name. I'm a junior actually, so instead of calling me JR, I actually reverse it to RJ. Yeah, so I don't. So when you grow old, it doesn't like sound good when you're being called junior.
I like that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can imagine. It's just you always feel like you're the shadow, your dad's little boy, little shadow. Yeah. Really cool. Okay, so my first question for you is: are you married? Have kids? What's your life circumstance like at the moment?
Oh, I'm single actually. Just really living like a carefree person, so enjoying life. So
yeah, cool.
Yeah, I'm not really keen into getting married early, so I'm just chilling, just enjoying my life right now.
Yeah. So. Yeah, enjoy it while you can, because once you're married and have kids, your life is like very limited. Okay, so how long have you been working as a VA for?
Well, I started working online since 2016.
Yeah.
Then I joined Outsourcing Angel just a few months ago. It was 7 months ago. So it was my first client as well for OA. And
yeah. So what was the reason why you decided to work online versus like the typical traditional road?
I actually wanted to have more flexibility in my time. Because before I used to work a retail manager wherein I work sometimes night and sometimes morning. So it's kind of messed up my body clock sometimes. And I had to deal with like a lot of stuff that actually I don't really enjoy. So if you don't like what I do, or if you don't like what you do, then you just quit it. So after 7 years of working retail, I just quit and went home back to the Philippines and just find whatever I can since I just find whatever passion that I can. Since when I was in college, actually, I enjoy creating websites. Enjoying doing some stuff online. So pretty much that was my calling. Maybe I could make money out from this. So that's what I did.
Yeah. So what are the benefits you felt like you've achieved since you sort of worked online?
I learned a lot of stuff. I mean, before I don't even know what are the integration, how automation works, and like I use it every day. I mean, like if you're online, you get to receive any email marketing, and you wonder how do people actually create this kind of stuff. And when I started working online, I started learning it and like the strategy, and it's really cool. I mean, it's actually enjoyable. It's like once you send those emails and you get response. It's actually I get a sense of achievement and something. Oh, that really works.
Yeah. So you actually, the more you got good at something, the more you fell in love with it. Yeah. So what are the main tasks that you feel like you're strong at and you're currently helping with your clients with?
Oh, the thing is, my current work actually requires critical analysis, critical thinking, and the thing I like about it is the challenge. I mean, they send requests just like, oh, I want something like this, and can you make it work? Can we
Yeah.
do
So what
something
kind
like
of software would you be working with?
a lot of softwares actually.
Yeah.
We work with a lot of platforms, so it is really important that you actually have a wide knowledge on every platform that you could recommend. So, for
Yep.
example, they send in a request, then you have to like think of something that could actually fit to the request. So I
Yep.
will just basically I would try some stuff first. Oh, this could work. Maybe we could connect your website into something like this,
Yep.
and you will get the data on your Google Sheet automated.
Yep.
That will get your it will get your leads into like more organized leads. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
what I like about the job is it's actually makes me think.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
tickles my mind.
So if you had to give your job a title, what would your title be?
Awesome support, maybe.
Awesome support. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, and in terms of IT support, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. What are some of the softwares that you use? Because you said there's a lot, but can you mention a few
Yeah.
that you feel like are really powerful and you really enjoy working with?
Okay. Right. So to be specific, we work with I work with ClickFunnels, WordPress, Zapier, GrooveCart, Mailchimp, a lot of CRMs. Well, there's more actually. There's like sometimes they just come in because sometimes I don't even know the software, but then they have like same functionality, and then
Yeah,
I do try it, and then oh, this is actually better than the software that I'm using. So
yeah,
that's actually how I progress and recommend these other softwares. And every day or like every other month, there's new software to try on.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. Okay, for a fun question, just to break it up, if your family had to describe you in one sentence or one word, what would it be? Who is RJ?
I'm a good son.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a good
Good
son.
son.
Oh yeah, I love
Awesome.
my parents. So.
Yeah. And if your client or someone at work had to describe who RJ is, what's RJ like?
I'm fun.
You're fun?
I'm fun to work. Yeah,
I
I'm
can feel
fun.
it already. Yeah, I just started
Yeah.
speaking to you and I already feel this like energy. That's really awesome. Okay, so just tell me more about what kind of industry does your current client work in and what sort of service do they provide?
Well, basically, he has this website, and people actually subscribe to it. And like every time they have like a request or an issue with their landing pages, they submit a request through this channel.
Yes.
And basically, we fix everything. That's why actually the name of the company is actually related to fixing things. So that's what
Oh,
we do.
okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So
So it's
we
IT maintenance support, like when people have problems with their website or
Yeah, pretty
maybe
much
landing.
everything.
Yep.
Not just limited to ClickFunnels. It also covers a lot of platforms, WordPress,
Okay.
even custom codes. We
Yeah.
do a lot of stuff, and not just fixing things. We also build landing pages. We design
Yeah.
stuff. So, well, basically, a lot of requests that comes in mostly in ClickFunnels. It's basically mainly in ClickFunnels, but we do also work on other platforms as well.
Yeah. And so then is it like a subscription service or is it just ad hoc when people need something they send it through and you
It's a
charge them?
subscription service. They subscribe to it monthly.
Ah,
So
yeah.
every time, yeah, it's actually a good way for them to outsource the issue. I mean the maintenance of their website because like if they run into an issue, they will just have to request to us, hey, what's wrong with
Ah,
my phone?
okay.
Or
Yes.
there's an update that's like, hey, there's an update. So how do you think it's gonna affect my e-commerce website? So
Yeah.
that's where we actually comes in because stuff like this actually requires a lot of time to
Yeah.
figure out what's going on.
So is there like a limit to how much support they get? Is it different
Yeah,
packages where they get different support sort of thing?
yeah, they
Yeah.
do.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
like an X plan. There's higher plans where it's basic, and the higher the plan is, there's like the more hours we could spend on their.
Yeah, gotcha. So how when do you come into the picture? So a client comes in and requesting a problem. Do you deal with the client straight away or you later on? Tell me when you actually come into the
Yeah,
flow.
well, I'm part of the frontline team. So when a request comes in, we immediately takes on it. And actually, my client already expect me to actually deal with the onboarding. I mean, it's
Yep.
not really it's not really a formal thing, but then
Yeah.
just acknowledging that we received the task.
Yep.
And here's how we think, and here's how long it's gonna take it. So basic requests, we actually deal with it so that my client can focus more on acquiring or like getting more clients,
Yeah.
and also focus on a bigger project such as app development. So that takes away a lot of worries for him. So because we're
Yeah.
dealing with the front line with the basic requests, even though those are basic requests, he still eat a lot of time. So and
Exactly.
that's
So before you came in, what did the business look like? I mean, who was actually doing that role before you came in?
well, there is two of them as well, but then now we are divided since I'm already part of the team. My client what did was to separate us from like by team. So I am now part of the team who actually deals with the first request on the front line. So
Yeah.
the other team previously before, now they don't have to do that. So they can focus on the other much more complicated tasks, which like requires coding, something
Yeah.
stuff like that. So now they don't have to do the simple requests. I
Yeah.
am there to do that.
Yeah, so it seems like the previous team members got to upgrade and promote to the next higher task. And yeah, the task that they used to do, it's onto you. And I
Yeah.
guess later on, when you start to learn more about the business, I'm sure you're going to start helping more of the higher
Yeah.
tasks, and then they'll have
Exactly.
to hire someone low. And that's what the beauty of building a team is. When you have someone working with you, you can just grow together. Yeah. So
Yeah,
does
exactly.
this current client have local staff as well as, you know, offshore staff like yourself, or is it just offshore staff?
I think offshore staff, because
Okay.
most of my team consists of people lives around the world. We even have South American
Ah, yeah.
yeah, member. So yeah, I
Yeah,
was
there
planning
is no
for that as
limit.
well.
Yeah. And then your client is Australian based or from somewhere
Actually,
else?
he's Australian based.
Australian. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. So take me back to when you first started with your client. Um, how did your client actually onboard you and got you to learn what you are doing right now?
Well, in the beginning, because when he hired me, he was about to go on a trip, so we didn't
Yeah.
really have time to go on with details with
Yeah.
me. So, but he has this like a website wherein I can just watch all those links, and I could understand what's actually the nature of the work. And all I have to do is to just read the tickets, the previous tickets that was closed, all the cases. And since he knows that I already have the talent. I mean, the required knowledge for the job. So all I have to do is to just go through the process how to actually
Yeah.
do the work. So it's pretty much just self-learning. And
Yes.
after like 4 days or 3 days, I started working on tickets and like doing my job already.
Yeah. And so was there a process where your client sort of check your work before they let you deal directly with the inquiries, or like he trusted you to just proceeded?
He trusted me, but sometimes he actually reviews my answer, and then he
Yeah.
actually adds sometimes.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
yeah, he put up more specific details because sometimes there's stuff that I don't know, and he can just
Yeah.
add it up. Yeah, but he trusts
Yeah.
me with the reply, but he always like check everything, and so far it's all good.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah,
then,
I'm learning every time. Like he add some stuff, and then oh, okay, so
yeah.
that's how it is. So yeah, that's I'm learning as well.
Yeah. So since you've been working with your client, what are your favorite sort of like company routine or activity that you do to that's really helped you to like grow in your role? So for example, like, is there some sort of like weekly meetings or monthly calls, or is there something that you guys do together that just helps to, you know, keep your performance high and keep the team together?
Uh, well, with my clients, we don't actually have that because he's pretty busy. But well, my team in OA, they actually support me, and they always like evaluate how I perform with the client, just to make sure that like I maintain my performance. They provide feedback and upgrade my skills. They actually tell me to, oh, maybe you want to add a skills, and they offer like courses. So that's actually what's good about Outsourcing Angel. Like, even though my client, because my client is pretty busy, so he doesn't really have that time to put up this kind of
Yeah.
team meeting, but I have Outsourcing Angel to do that for me, which is really
Yeah. Yeah, because I think that's what I realized that is the reason why we exist, is that not just do we recruit the best person for the client, we just want to give that ongoing support so that you feel like you're loved, even though your clients do love you. It's just that they are busy, you know, they're running their
yeah,
business.
exactly.
And so we want to make sure you're happy and stay motivated for your client. And so that's the value that sometimes people don't see, and they compare our price to, you know, or I can get it cheaper elsewhere or whatever. But it's really the the added support that you get.
Yeah.
On that note, what other support do you feel like you got from working with us at Outsourcing Angel that you wouldn't be able to have, or the benefits you get by working with us rather than if you were just freelancing on your own?
Well, I get free courses and certification, which, you know, you cannot actually do that by just freelancing. You had to pay for it, but then in Outsourcing Angel, they actually offers these courses for free, which is really, really nice. And you get a certification that you could actually tell to your client that, oh, now I am a certified active campaign professional. So
Yeah.
that's one support that I actually really, really like about the Outsourcing Angel.
Yeah. And how about in terms of like, getting paid on time? How about company activities and things? Do you enjoy all that?
Of course. Actually, the for payment, I don't have any problem ever since from the beginning, because my manager in Outsourcing Angel keeps me updated from the moment the payroll is being processed up to the payment being sent. And with regards with activity, we're actually having an team building this coming Sunday in Baguio City with all my
Yeah.
we're gonna have a pajama party, because the city is actually cold.
Yeah.
It's around 12 to 14 degrees. So we decided to have a pajama party on a place, and
Oh, I can't wait to see the photos and just show
yeah,
everyone else what we get up to in our company, because we have all this fun, but then we just didn't really show it off yet. We just like try to make as real, even though we're an online company, we try to make it so real, like as if it's, you know, you're working in a company, right, in a normal traditional company. So that's cool. All right, I'm gonna go next to this. It's called the Speedy Five. So I'm gonna ask you 5 quick questions. All you have to do is choose. It's just an option, right? It's like basically this or that, and you just quickly say one of the answer. All right. So just 5 random questions. Okay. So, Italy or Japan?
Japan,
Spaghetti or pizza?
spaghetti,
Richard Branson or Bill Gates?
Bill Gates,
Ferrari or Lamborghini?
Ferrari,
A sightseeing travel or a relaxing at the beach travel?
relaxing at the beach travel.
Nice. I just thought, those questions are sort of like, it's a quick way for us to get to know you a little bit more. Cool. Okay. Well, the other questions I have for you is, so why do you think some clients may struggle or have challenges with outsourcing or working with the team? Like, what are the potential challenges do you feel like they have?
You mean like other clients that
Yeah, just in general, like if, out in the
like with the
marketplace. Yeah.
outsourcing industry?
Yeah. With the
Well,
outsourcing or hiring staff, what challenges that do they sort of experience?
I think because this is a remote kind of thing, the basic foundation would be the trust and the credibility. So like having if you actually hire, there's this issue wherein you can I trust this guy? I mean, can I actually look after his performance? Those kind of stuff actually worries people to hire a freelance. So that's actually one struggle that I had before, because we couldn't agree into something because he wants something else and I want something different. So having a mediation between the client and the freelance is actually there's integrity between them, and there's like an agreement. Then it's one area that Outsourcing Angel actually comes into. I mean, they provide both. They take care of each other. Unlike
Gotcha.
having without hiring, when you hire directly, no one's gonna take care of both of you. So I mean, like you don't even know if you guys like each other. So
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
that's one struggle. Trust, and probably the open communication, the transparency of the work. That's probably the most important thing about working hiring remote, and these are really a problem for them.
Yeah. Yeah. At Outsourcing Angel, we try to really just be so unbiased. We're in the middle, just trying to understand the VA and understand the client and just make sure we bridge that gap so that you guys can see the best of each other, right? So, because sometimes clients might misunderstand a VA. It's also, it's first of all, it might be that they're not used to working with a VA, but it's also, they're even given instructions in a wrong way or not in an
Yeah.
efficient way. Right. And so we educate them with the right tools or process. And same as with you, sometimes VAs might have the best intention, but they might not communicate
Yeah.
as properly or as frequent as they need to. And so we just really feel like we're that mediator, almost just like, marriage counseling. Yeah. And go, okay, well, you both love each other. It's just that you're misunderstanding here and there. Okay, cool. What tip would you have for someone that's new into using offshore team?
A tip for like on a client's end.
Yeah, on a client's end, yeah.
Well, always look after your VA. Actually, if they're happy, they're gonna take care of your business. That's a guarantee. Just keep them happy and keep them just they- they're okay with criticism, as long as you actually um, provide like encouragement. So if
Yeah.
they're happy, I guarantee you your business is gonna be very good.
Love it, love it. Actually, one question I was curious about is sometimes people are interested in offshoring, like they want to hire someone from the Philippines, but then they're tossed between a BPO, a company that is like, have offices, right? So that all of, remember your old job where you had to work 9 to 5 in an office,
Yeah.
versus our company who we're quite remote. I mean, we are a virtual company, because the reason why I created this sort of business model is that I wanted to allow everyone from around the world to be able to work from home, right? Because you live in Manila and you might be able to travel there, to your workplace. There's more job opportunity, but still it could take you a long time. But then there are people who are living in provinces that won't get access to this kind of job opportunity. So that's why we created what we create. But I guess sometimes clients think that maybe an office space is better versus someone home based. But what's your thoughts on that? Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I think well, for office base, if the thing is you cannot have a solid team. Sometimes they go in and go out because like some issues, especially traffic, the benefits, or even the salary package. So they are actually, it's all up to the company. So you don't know what's actually they're offering. So you don't even know if if actually those people who works for you are happy. So that's the thing about that, and they might just go in and out, and you cannot have a solid team if you always have like a new staff on your team. And like there's so many factors that affects an office-based employee.
So
And
are you saying that they're not as happy, and that means that they could have a higher turnover?
yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Okay.
And the thing about that is that you're only limited to the people or the talent around that area.
Area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah.
you're getting an office-based company to hire on only on that specific location, they can only
Yes.
hire the people on that area only, and then you won't have to. You don't get to hire the other talent that actually you don't even know. They might have a better
Yeah.
working ethic. So having a
Yeah.
remote after, you get to hire the whole country. You get to
Yeah.
hire people from the whole country with access to the
Yeah.
internet.
Yeah, that is my argument too. I just feel like not only are we able to help people from everywhere, but it's the fact that there's just more good people because now you can
Yeah.
hire from anywhere in the country. And so, yeah, I really like your answer. Thank you so much, RJ. You really have, given us an insight in yourself and in everyone else. And so, before I go, I just want to say a big thank you. I know
You're
you
welcome.
said you don't normally do interviews, but I think you're great at it. And
Thank you.
if you could leave with one last answer of what do you want to be remembered for in this world, in this life, what would that be?
A good man. I mean, I think that's the only thing that matters in this world. If you're a good man, then they cannot say anything about you, about any bad thing about you. Like, oh, he was a good man.
Yeah, yeah. Define good. What does good mean to you?
Uh, Good, probably being, loved by many people. No, not because of what I do, but probably how I treat people.
Oh, that's so beautiful. Oh, you really touched my heart. Oh my God, it makes me want to cry. Because I truly just live with that too. And I guess just to hear that from you saying it from your heart, it's just like, wow, really touched me. I feel emotional.
Yeah, it's
Thank you so
really
much,
easy to
Ajay.
answer when it really comes from you, from the heart. So
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, for joining Outsourcing Angel. We're so proud to, be able to find people like yourself. And we always tell clients as well that it's not really just about the skill set, finding someone that can do a website or whatever. It's really about finding quality people, good people, right? And because if
yeah,
good people come, they can learn many things and help
yeah,
you. And then of course, if you can just stick it through, I know business is really hard for a lot of business owners, entrepreneurs, right? Business is hard, but if you stick it through and you just fight through it, you go out to the other side and you have a great team. Because when I first started out, it was really challenging running a business, but I just relied on my team. I made sure I keep my team no matter what. And so then when we started to succeed and grow, I had a team that was with me through thick and thin, and so we're able to succeed so much more because we sort of stuck together. So thank you, RJ. And
you're welcome. Great to meet you.
no worries. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.
Okay, bye bye.